Hey everybody, it's Gypsy and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. So Saturday I had did a video called Brainwashed, and I talked about how, both sides of the aisle politically have been brainwashed. We all have. So we have to stop blaming each other for that. I'm sorry, this girl, she needs so much attention right now. And I mentioned that we shouldn't let it divide us. We have to remember both sides have been brainwashed. But the next day I had something very, very horrible happen to me, which is prompting this video. Speaking of the brainwashing, I remember I asked a couple of liberal people in my life about some videos I was seeing. Because again, I wasn't sure they were true. I suspected they might be. These people told me, no, they are not true. And then you start seeing videos of people saying some very hateful things. And I realized, yes, both sides, but I was only seeing the liberal side. Now, mind you, I am not entirely conservative and I'm not entirely liberal. It depends on the topic. I cannot do the all or nothing thing. But I was seeing liberals do this. And I'm not saying there aren't conservatives out there doing this. In fact, maybe I have seen some, but I mean, I have seen videos that are like, yet the liberal people in my life tell me those are fake. They are not true. Well, the day after I did my brainwashed video, my family proved to me that those videos that I saw actually are true. I am putting out this warning for everybody. If you want to make your point known, if you want to try to get more people to understand your point of view and, maybe agree with you, don't you think you ought to start treating them a little nicer? Because I said something on Facebook, my opinion about an agency, not a person, an agency, because I don't hate people. Now, after this person hurt me so badly, and well, I'm going to be honest here. This person accused me, said that my son's suicide was my fault while talking about this agency that I don't like. You can't get lower than that, okay? So this is why I want to bring this up. If you want people to understand where you are coming from, don't do stuff like that. Do not speak to them in anger, especially anger that's personal. You will not get them on your side. You do not help your cause. And I'm talking to both sides. Both sides. Okay? So I wanted to warn you that, yes, these videos you see they're not made up. They're not the deep state or anybody doing it personally, trying to brainwash you. These are people who are actually getting on social media and hurting people. Now, when it's somebody, I don't know, I mean, oh well, I'll come back with a smart-ass answer. But if you were going to hurt those you once loved, you better start rethinking your position. Okay? Also, someone else in my family had told me after my son died, I will always be here for you. Now, this had to do with my son's death. Really didn't have to do with politics at all. and I needed to talk about it. I'm not going to get in details, but this person let me down. Did not want to hear what I had to say. There was nothing healing at all. It was accusations. I was accused of being hateful. I would never, ever intentionally say something that awful to someone. Never. Even with all the Scorpio I have all over my chart, because we are, accused of being mean and everything. We will defend ourselves. Okay? That's what you're getting. I would never stoop that low. So, please be careful. No matter which side you're on. If you suspect that person can't handle you having a difference of opinion, just let it go. Okay? Just let it go. When I post about political issues anywhere, here or on Facebook, it has never been about a person. I am sad about the way this world is. I'm worried about people with the way this world has been. Let me tell you something. The suicide rate will never ever go down until the society changes. It's not going to. Okay? It's not. So no matter which side you're on, if you are attacking people, maybe we need to reconsider that. You're not going to win anybody over onto your side doing that. Okay. I may not do many videos this week because I do need to heal. Now, at the time when this person hurt me, I felt hate. It's normal reaction. It is. Okay, it has now been what is today? I don't even know what today is. It's been 2 days. And I don't feel hate toward this person anymore. I think I feel sorry for them is what it is. I have had to cut people out of my life on a permanent basis to protect myself. But I don't feel hate. I feel hurt, but not hate. I'm just telling you guys, please rethink. Think about what you say before you say it or post it, write it, whatever. This is not the way to solve the world's problems. It is not. And what I posted about an agency had nothing to do with anybody in my life, except what happened to my children, but mostly my youngest. I was not pleased with the services we were receiving at the time. I have told you guys in the past that the day we signed the papers to allow my son to drop out of school, we were literally dancing into the bank to have it notarized because they made us that miserable. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. Do not hurt someone to try to prove your point. It doesn't make sense. You can't. How does that go? I think my mother once told me this saying, you win more, I can't remember, you win more something with honey. It's something, I'm sure you guys know the saying. I remember my mom saying it once and I never really absorbed it word for word. I got the meaning though. I mean, I just don't, I am in a lot of pain right now, emotionally. No, I haven't regressed in my grief. I am proud of myself for how I have handled my grief. Let me tell you the worst thing that could ever happen to a person. And yes, I am maybe there is something worse, I don't know. But it's losing a child. Okay, my son was 26. It doesn't matter the age. It doesn't. In fact, I have to say, I sometimes feel like really sorry for people who lost their child at a young age because you had less time with them. That's really sad. And so I have to be grateful for the 26 years I had. And what these people don't know is the work I put in and what I did to get to where I am. And whether you think you don't agree with it, well, that's your own personal opinion. Move along, please. Okay? Never ever hurt people over this, over what's going on in the world. Well, that's the opposite of what we are trying to accomplish here. All of this is the opposite. And you know what? Sometimes, and this goes either side, why don't you just sometimes shut up and hear what the other person has to say? Okay? Please, we have to stop hurting each other. We are a lot, like I said in my brainwashed video, we're allowing them to divide us. This is what they wanted. Okay? Like I always say, live your life. You shouldn't even, why would you care what my opinion is? I'm glad I'm that important that you care what my opinion is, however. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Live your life. If you're happy, if you're being true to yourself and you are happy, wonderful, I'm happy for you. As long as you're not hurting anyone else. If you're going to hurt others, one, I have to question, are you really happy? Are you really happy? I don't think so. But anyways, the person in my family who always said I could turn to them regarding my son's death, which is what really this was all about, unfortunately, she thought I wanted to talk about something else. I don't know. But the cold shoulder I could have done without. I called my dearest friend, who is a liberal. And when I told her what happened, she was appalled. She couldn't believe it. So she told me, she goes, you handled it well. They were upset you didn't react. So they brought your son into it. The most painful thing that ever happened in your life, they brought that into it to get a reaction. I said, I didn't react in public. She goes, good, I'm glad to hear that. She said, good for you. She goes, but I want you. Now her father also died from suicide. I want you to always remember, it was not your fault. It was his choice. So, the reason I bring up my son's suicide a lot is because suicides are caused by the health. It's an indication of the health of the society. Okay, I think that's the best way to put it. It's why it's rising. It has risen through the years, okay? We're not doing a very good job, are we? I'm feeling the need to cry again, and it's okay to cry because I'm being honest with my emotions. I'm hurt. I don't hate him anymore, or I should say them. I don't hate them anymore. Because I knew, I could tell what my brother was doing before you even did it. I'm hurt, but I'm strong, and this needs to stop. And if you cannot stop, you are out of my life. Obviously, that's what people want, but I think we're all making a mistake with that. So be it. I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be. And make it a joyful one.